The sun was bright and the sound of waves was calm. People were laughing, children were playing, and the beach felt peaceful. But for Marcus, this was not a happy day. He was sitting on the sand, watching his little daughter play near the water. She was smiling, building a small sand house with her hands. Marcus was a black single father. Life had not been kind to him. 2 years ago, everything changed. A car accident took his wife away forever. Since that day, Marcus became both father and mother to his daughter. He worked hard every day, morning to evening, office to home. No rest, no complaints. This beach trip was not for fun. It was his daughter's birthday wish. "Daddy, beach please," she had said with hope in her eyes. Marcus could not say no. He adjusted his old cap and looked around. The beach was crowded. Families, couples, friends. Marcus felt a little out of place. He stood up to buy water for his daughter. As he walked, his phone buzzed in his pocket. A work email. Even on the beach, work followed him. He sighed and put the phone back. Then it happened. As Marcus turned his head, his eyes stopped. Not on purpose. Not by choice. A woman was standing near the rocks. She was tall, confident. Her back was facing him. She was topless, enjoying the sun and the sea breeze. Marcus froze. His heart started beating fast. He knew he should look away. But for 1 second, his eyes did not move. Suddenly, the woman turned around. Their eyes met. Time stopped. Marcus felt his face go hot. His breath felt heavy. The woman looked shocked, then uncomfortable, then angry. Marcus quickly turned his head away. "I am sorry," he whispered to himself. He felt ashamed, embarrassed, scared. He wanted to disappear. He rushed back to his daughter and sat down. His hands were shaking. "Daddy, what happened?" his daughter asked. "Nothing," Marcus said, forcing a smile. But inside, his mind was loud. He tried to forget it, tried to focus on his daughter, tried to enjoy the day. But he could feel her presence. A few minutes later, he looked again. The woman was gone. Marcus felt a little relief. But that relief did not last long. Because suddenly, his mind connected the dots. The height, the posture, the strong presence. His heart dropped. No, it can't be, he thought. Then fear hit him like a wave. What if she recognized him too? Marcus worked at a big company in the city. He was quiet there, respectful, always on time. His boss was a powerful woman. Strict, professional, cold. He had seen her many times. In meetings, in the office hall. Never smiling, never personal. And now, Marcus swallowed hard. That woman at the beach. She looked very similar. Too similar. He packed their things early and left the beach. His daughter was confused, but did not complain. On the way home, Marcus said nothing. His mind was full of fear. What would happen on Monday? Would she fire him? Would she think badly of him? Marcus knew one thing for sure. That day at the beach was not just an accident. It was the beginning of something he was not ready for. And Monday was coming. Marcus did not sleep well that night. His mind kept going back to the beach again and again. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the same moment. The sudden turn, the eye contact, the shock on her face. He felt heavy guilt, even though he knew it was not planned. Morning came too fast. Marcus woke up before his alarm. He looked at his daughter sleeping peacefully beside him. Her small chest moved slowly as she breathed. She trusted him. She depended on him. That thought gave him strength. He made breakfast, helped her get ready, and walked her to school. He smiled, but the smile was weak. Inside, fear was growing. At work, Marcus arrived early. As always, he sat at his desk and opened his computer. Emails, reports, numbers. Everything looked normal, but nothing felt normal. His coworkers laughed and talked. Marcus stayed quiet. He kept his head down and worked harder than usual. He did not want attention. He did not want questions. Every time footsteps passed near his desk, his heart jumped. He was waiting for one sound. Her voice. But hours passed. Nothing happened. By noon, Marcus started to think maybe she had not recognized him. Maybe the beach moment meant nothing to her. Maybe he was safe. Then his phone buzzed. A short message appeared on the screen. Marcus, please come to my office at 2 p.m. No smile. No explanation. Just her name at the bottom. His hands became cold. 2 hours felt like 2 years. Marcus could not focus. He read the same line again and again. His thoughts went dark. At exactly 2 p.m., he stood up. His legs felt heavy as he walked. Each step toward her office felt louder than the last. He knocked softly. Come in, a calm voice said. Marcus opened the door. She was sitting behind her desk. Perfect posture. Professional clothes. Hair tied neatly. The same boss everyone knew. She looked up. Their eyes met again. This time, no shock. No anger. Just silence. Marcus stood still. His mouth was dry. He wanted to speak, but no words came out. She closed a file slowly and leaned back in her chair. The room felt smaller. Please sit, she said. Marcus sat down, keeping his eyes low. His heart was beating hard in his chest. I want to be clear, she said calmly. What happened at the beach was unexpected. Marcus nodded quickly. I am very sorry, he said. I did not mean to look. I respect you. I respect my job. She watched him carefully. Not as a boss. Not as a stranger. But as a human. I believe you, she said after a moment. Marcus looked up surprised. I have seen your work, she continued. You are responsible. Quiet. Honest. That moment does not define you. A small weight lifted from his chest. But, she added, we must also understand boundaries. Yes, Marcus said. Of course. Silence returned, but it was different now. Less sharp. Less heavy. She stood up and walked to the window. Outside, the city moved fast. Cars. People. Noise. Life puts us in strange situations, she said softly. Sometimes at the worst time. Marcus listened. He felt something change in the room. The cold wall between them was cracking. You are a single father, right? She asked without turning. Yes, Marcus replied. My daughter is everything to me. She nodded slowly. The meeting ended without punishment. Without threats. When Marcus left the office, his job was safe. But his life felt different. Because that conversation did not close the story. It opened it. Marcus walked back to his desk with mixed feelings inside his chest. Relief and confusion walked together. He did not know why, but he felt this moment would change more than his job. Something deeper had started, quietly and slowly. Nothing would ever be same. The days after the meeting moved slowly for Marcus. Nothing big happened, yet everything felt different. Every morning, he woke up with the same thought in his head. The beach. The office. Her calm voice. He tried to push it away, but it stayed with him like a shadow. At work, his boss treated him like before. She was polite, professional, and distant. No extra looks. No strange words. If someone else watched them, nothing would feel unusual. But Marcus felt the change inside himself. He noticed small things now. The way she paused before speaking. The way her eyes looked tired when she thought no one was watching. She was not just a boss anymore. She was a person. Marcus focused on his work. He stayed late. He fixed mistakes that were not even his. He wanted to prove something, even though no one asked him to. One evening, as the office grew quiet, Marcus received another message. It was from her assistant. She wants to see you before you leave. His chest tightened again. He stood up slowly and walked to her office. This time, the door was already open. She was standing, holding her coat. I was about to leave, she said. Walk with me. Marcus nodded, surprised. They walked together toward the elevator. The building was almost empty. The sound of their footsteps echoed softly. I did not want to talk in the office, she said. People listen too much. I understand, Marcus replied. They stepped outside. The air was cool. The sky was turning dark. You handled everything with respect, she said. Not many people would. Marcus looked down. I just wanted to do the right thing. She smiled slightly. It was the first time he had seen that smile. It was small but real. They walked in silence for a moment. Your daughter, she said suddenly. How old is she? 6, Marcus answered. She is very curious. Always asking questions. That is a good age, she said. Full of hope. Her words sounded personal. Almost sad. Before Marcus could respond, a car stopped in front of them. It was hers. This is where I go, she said. Marcus stopped. Good night, he said. Good night, Marcus. She got into the car and left. Marcus stood there longer than needed. Something warm and confusing filled his chest. He did not understand it, and that scared him. At home, his daughter ran to him and hugged his legs. Her laughter pulled him back to reality. That night, Marcus realized something important. The beach moment was not the real beginning. The real change was happening now, quietly, through words and silence. The next week brought new challenges. A big project landed on Marcus's desk. It was difficult and important. Many eyes were watching. She trusted him with it. Marcus worked day and night. Stress followed him home. He missed sleep. He missed meals. But he did not stop. One afternoon, he made a small mistake. Nothing serious, but enough to slow things down. He waited for anger, for disappointment. Instead, she called him in and helped him fix it. Calmly, patiently. Everyone makes mistakes, she said. What matters is effort. Marcus felt respect growing stronger. People in the office started to notice. They saw trust. They saw teamwork. Whispers began. Marcus did not like that. He pulled back. He became quieter again. Distant. She noticed. One evening, she stopped him near the door. You do not need to be afraid, she said softly. I am not. Marcus looked at her. In that moment, he understood the truth. This story was no longer about an accident. It was about two broken lives slowly learning to stand again. The following Monday felt heavier than usual. Marcus woke up before sunrise, his mind already busy. He made breakfast, packed lunch, and tied his daughter's shoes. She talked about school, her words light and happy. Marcus smiled, but his thoughts were elsewhere. At the office, the project deadline was close. Pressure filled the air. Phones rang, keyboards clicked, and everyone moved fast. Marcus stayed focused, checking every detail twice. He did not want mistakes. Not now. Late in the afternoon, the power suddenly went out. Screens went dark. People stopped working and started talking. Some laughed, some complained. Marcus stayed calm and saved his files. She walked out of her office and looked around. Her face showed control, but Marcus saw worry in her eyes. The system will be down for an hour, someone said. She nodded and asked everyone to take a short break. Marcus stood near the window, looking outside. Rain had started falling. The city looked gray and tired. She walked toward him. Do you have a moment? She asked. Yes, Marcus replied. They moved to a quiet corner near the stairs. The building felt empty now. This project means a lot, she said. If we fail, many people will be affected. Marcus nodded. I know. I will finish it on time. She looked at him closely. I trust you. Those words stayed with him. The power came back and everyone returned to work. Marcus stayed late again. When he finally left, the office was almost dark. Outside, the rain had stopped. The street was silent. As Marcus walked, his phone rang. It was the school. His daughter had a fever. Fear rushed through him. He turned around and ran back to the office building. He needed his laptop to work from home. As he rushed inside, he almost bumped into her. You look worried, she said. My daughter is sick, Marcus replied. I need to go. She paused, then spoke quickly. I can drive you. Marcus hesitated, then nodded. The drive was quiet. Streetlights passed by. Raindrops rested on the glass. At the clinic, Marcus carried his daughter inside. She was weak but smiled when she saw him. She stayed back, giving them space. Later, outside the clinic, the doctor said it was a simple flu. Marcus felt relief wash over him. Thank you, Marcus said softly. She nodded. I remember being alone with sickness once, she said. It is not easy. Marcus looked at her surprised. For the first time, she spoke about herself. My husband left years ago, she continued. Work became my shield. The words were simple but honest. They stood there in silence, sharing the moment. Back in the car, something had changed. The air felt warmer. At Marcus's home, she helped him carry things inside. She looked around. Small space. Clean. Simple. You did well, she said. Raising a child alone. Marcus felt seen. That night, after she left, Marcus sat beside his daughter's bed. He realized the walls between him and his boss were fading. Not because of attraction, but because of understanding. Two people carrying weight. Learning to breathe again. Marcus felt a quiet change after that night. He did not rush it. He did not name it. Life returned to routine, but something soft stayed inside him. Each morning, he woke with purpose. Each evening, he returned home calmer. The heavy pressure he carried felt slightly lighter than before. At work, trust grew naturally. She gave Marcus more responsibility, not special treatment. Clear tasks. Clear deadlines. He handled them with care. His confidence improved. Coworkers noticed his growth. They respected him more. He spoke a little louder in meetings, shared ideas, and felt seen for his effort. She also changed in small ways. She listened more. She asked questions instead of giving orders. Her office door stayed open longer. People felt it. The team worked better together. Stress was still there, but it no longer ruled the room. One afternoon, she surprised Marcus by visiting his desk. She asked about his daughter's health. He answered honestly. That simple concern meant more than he expected. It reminded him that kindness did not need big gestures. Sometimes, words were enough. Marcus's daughter recovered quickly. Her laughter filled their home again. Marcus cooked dinner while she told stories about school. He felt proud. He felt stable. For the first time in years, he believed the future might be kind. Weeks passed. Work deadlines ended successfully. The big project was completed on time. The company praised the team. She thanked Marcus in front of everyone. He felt embarrassed, but proud. He had earned it. Later that evening, she sent him a message. She invited him and his daughter to a small company family event. Marcus hesitated. Mixing work and personal life felt risky, but his daughter was excited. He agreed. At the event, Marcus stayed close to his daughter. She introduced him simply, without titles. Just names. Just people. That mattered. They talked, laughed lightly, and shared simple food. Nothing felt forced. She spent time with his daughter, listening carefully. She did not pretend. She was patient. Marcus watched quietly. Trust grew deeper in his heart. Driving home that night, Marcus realized something important. His life was not changing because of romance or luck. It was changing because of respect. Because of understanding. Because two adults chose honesty over fear. At work, rumors stopped. Boundaries stayed clear. They kept their roles professional. But support remained. Strong and steady. Marcus became better at balancing life. He learned to ask for help. He learned to rest. He learned that strength did not mean silence. She also found balance. Work no longer consumed her completely. She smiled more. She rested more. She trusted people again. One evening, Marcus stood by his window, watching city lights. He held his daughter's drawing in his hand. He felt grateful. The accident at the beach was no longer a shadow. It was a lesson. Sometimes uncomfortable moments open doors. Sometimes life heals slowly. And Marcus was ready for what came next. Marcus felt a quiet change after that night. He did not rush it. He did not name it. Life returned to routine, but something soft stayed inside him. Each morning, he woke with purpose. Each evening, he returned home calmer. The heavy pressure he carried felt slightly lighter than before. At work, trust grew naturally. She gave Marcus more responsibility, not special treatment. Clear tasks. Clear deadlines. He handled them with care. His confidence improved. Coworkers noticed his growth. They respected him more. He spoke a little louder in meetings, shared ideas, and felt seen for his effort. She also changed in small ways. She listened more. She asked questions instead of giving orders. Her office door stayed open longer. People felt it. The team worked better together. Stress was still there, but it no longer ruled the room. One afternoon, she surprised Marcus by visiting his desk. She asked about his daughter's health. He answered honestly. That simple concern meant more than he expected. It reminded him that kindness did not need big gestures. Sometimes, words were enough. Marcus's daughter recovered quickly. Her laughter filled their home again. Marcus cooked dinner while she told stories about school. He felt proud. He felt stable. For the first time in years, he believed the future might be kind. Weeks passed. Work deadlines ended successfully. The big project was completed on time. The company praised the team. She thanked Marcus in front of everyone. He felt embarrassed, but proud. He had earned it. Later that evening, she sent him a message. She invited him and his daughter to a small company family event. Marcus hesitated. Mixing work and personal life felt risky, but his daughter was excited. He agreed. At the event, Marcus stayed close to his daughter. She introduced him simply, without titles. Just names. Just people. That mattered. They talked, laughed lightly, and shared simple food. Nothing felt forced. She spent time with his daughter, listening carefully. She did not pretend. She was patient. Marcus watched quietly. Trust grew deeper in his heart. Driving home that night, Marcus realized something important. His life was not changing because of romance or luck. It was changing because of respect. Because of understanding. Because two adults chose honesty over fear. At work, rumors stopped. Boundaries stayed clear. They kept their roles professional. But support remained. Strong and steady. Marcus became better at balancing life. He learned to ask for help. He learned to rest. He learned that strength did not mean silence. She also found balance. Work no longer consumed her completely. She smiled more. She rested more. She trusted people again. One evening, Marcus stood by his window, watching city lights. He held his daughter's drawing in his hand. He felt grateful. The accident at the beach was no longer a shadow. It was a lesson. Sometimes uncomfortable moments open doors. Sometimes life heals slowly. And Marcus was ready for what came next.